Hello and welcome to the short Vort on Parshas Toldos. The starting point, the springboard of this Dvar Torah is based on the Brisker Rav and the Sefer Bais HeLevi Al HaTorah. Hakol kol Yaakov, vayadai midei Esav. Famous words. Yitzchak was deciding whether or not the person in front of him was his firstborn Esav or the secondborn Yaakov. And he was stuck. It was 50-50. His voice, he talks like Jacob, but his hands are hairy like Esav. So it's 50-50. But what does he do? Yitzchak decides that I'm going to assume that this is Esav. The Brisker Rav asked, why would he assume to favor the Hadai Midei Esav? Why not be favoring Hakol Kol Yaakov? It was 50-50. The Brisker Rav answers that Esav suspected that Yaakov Avinu might come and try to steal these brachas away from him. Therefore, he colluded with Yitzchak and he said, you know what? If Yaakov comes, you can't see right now. So if Yaakov comes, he'll probably talk like me. So I'm going to talk like Yaakov. I'm going to speak softly, gently. I'm going to mention Shem Shemayim. And if it comes as the sound of Yaakov, then you know it's me. So that was the plan. Yaakov came and he thought it through and he decided to, while he covered his hands to be hairy, to feel like Esav, he spoke in his own language. He didn't hide his voice. And therefore, when Yitzchak heard that there was the voice of Yaakov and it was the hands of Esav, then both his simanim favored it being Esav, and therefore he gave Yaakov the blessing. And this fits in what later on the pasuk says, that Yitzchak told Esav, your brother came b'mirima to take the blessings. And Targum Yonasan, Targum Onkelos, translates b'mirma as b'chachma, with wisdom, because he thought in advance, he thought Esav's probably going to assume that I'm going to change my voice to be like his. Therefore, he's going to say, if I'm like Yaakov, that means I'm really Esav. Therefore, Yaakov said, I'm not changing my voice. And it worked out b'chachma like Yaakov wanted. So it wasn't even deceitful. Ironically, if we go to next week's Parsha in Vayeitze, the reverse kind of situation happened. Yaakov was afraid that Lavan would try to trick him and not give him Rachel for marriage and try to get Leah married to Yaakov instead. So Yaakov made a plan with Rachel. They made codes and stuff, and that way they would know overnight that it was that was Rachel, and if she didn't know the codes, then it would mean it was Leah. In the morning, turns out that Lavan tricked him. It was Leah that he married that night, and whom he was with, despite all his efforts to make codes. And in the morning, he confronted Leah, and he said, Yaakov said, why? According to the Midrash, he said, at night he said Rachel, and Leah answered as if she was Rachel, and so Yaakov wanted to know why confronted her. Why did you trick me? He says, every rabbi has students. I did just like you did. When your father wanted to know who you were, and you said, Ani, I am who I am. So therefore I let you believe that I was Rachel, and I learned the same lesson. I think we could learn from these two stories that whatever Hashem wants is going to happen. Hashem wanted that Yaakov would get the brachos and not Esav. And he wanted that Yaakov would marry Leah and Rachel, not just Rachel. So while man plans, God laughs, and whatever's supposed to be happens. Sign up now, like, share, and subscribe. Have a wonderful week and a wonderful Shabbos.